later, or hundreds of thousands of years later, some of us came up with all this cool way to do crap. And, you know, that's the creators of the world. That's the gods. That's gold. Well, I mean, God refers to gold because gold's what they use for trade. It was like they used to trade actual stuff. And civilization, you know, began that way. But when they came up with money and keeping records and lending, and see, that made everything, that streamlined everything, same as it is now. You know, I want to go to the store and get some eggs. I don't have to go pick some tomatoes and hope they need tomatoes at the store. I just go and buy it with money. Well, money was gold. That's God. It's magic. I mean, if you know anything about economies and money, it's fucking magic. You know, that you can just order stuff. You know, you can just get stuff with paper, but it used to be gold, because gold's it's a it's a rare metal. Silver's less rare. If there was less silver and more gold, then, you know, it would be something like in silver we trust, but it's like in gold we trust. And that's what it's referring. That's what that on the dollar bill refers to. And so I forgot. I got off on a tangent there. But anyway, I got something I got to go do. I guess I'll see if this thing is worth putting up and starting this thing. And then I'll just keep coming back, you know, trying to pick up people that'll, you know, followers or whatever. I think I'm going to try TikTok this time. YouTube and TikTok, and see if I can get some people, you know, like, okay, yeah, don't worry, I'm going to come back, and just keep adding on, because the story goes on for, you know, I can do 1,000 hours of this shit, telling you stuff that'll blow your fucking mind. And right now, you know, you might not believe what I'm saying, or confused, and that's just fine, because it's a good story anyway, right? You know, 666. This is my 666 birthday. Like I'm you know, I'm like the king of kings today. You know, but yeah, but see, they're all scumbags. They don't rip me off, and but not really, because like, I looked at the whole thing when I was a kid and I said, this shit's stupid. It wasn't stupid when they started it. It's just stupid. I mean, if you look at D.C., like Obama, and then Joe Biden, it's like, Joe Biden, like, my birthday is February 3rd, 1959. My brother is 1960, February 4th, 1960, a year and a day later. And there's a whole backstory of what that's about. Because I'm the devil and he's the archangel. You know, it's like, I'm the devil, I'm the king. They, you know, no kings. I'm Trump. You know, they got that whole no kings movement. You know, because they hate kings. King's the devil. You know, and I've studied kings and know, it's like, yeah, no, I can get that. But the rest of them are idiots. You know, it's like. But it's worked. I mean, throughout history, it's had its place. Might even would have had its place now. But like, okay, that's the point. You got like Obama, and he's like he's the other side of the chessboard. He's the black side of the chess. He's the black pieces, and the black squares. You know, the African opposite of me. Because I took down Y2K and started playing my own game, and so then they brought him in, you know, to play back, because they need to keep the shit in house, you know, to play back against me in house, because they can't kill me, and I know too much, and I'm screwing up all their you know, I screwed up Y2K, and I screwed, you know, I've caused them a lot of everything, and so they bring in Obama. Now Joe Biden is where I'm getting to, though. Is like his son Beau is born February 3rd, 1969, and Hunter's born February 4th, 1960. No, 1970. A year and a day later. It's the same motif. And I can go on and on about that too. But you know, and then Bo died. You know, like I'm supposed to be dead, and my brother's supposed to be like the prince. But they could never get me, because I knew more than they thought I did, and I was always, you know, like I've been playing them from the beginning, and they just been thinking I'm an idiot. So when the game started, they didn't really know how to play, and it's all I fucking ever knew. But anyway, so Biden but see, Bo was the sacrificial. Well, really, Joe's first wife and daughter. Those were the sacrifices that had to be made for him to get senator. And then once he got there, and then he worked his way up, and but to become president, he had to give up Bo, because you can't have the oldest son. Because the oldest son is heir to the fucking fortune. He's a king, and they hate kings. It's like, because see, like my brother would have less power. In the rule book, he's like way down the level from me. Like, to me, for me, if I get crowned, everybody's got to fucking do everything, no matter what I say. It don't matter how stupid or crazy it is. And that's why they don't like kings. I don't fucking blame them. I mean, there's been some good kings, but boy, there's been a lot of ridiculous shit and and empires and kingdoms around the world, and they go along with the king because of the church and the belief system, and it's like, Jesus Christ, man, you letting this little kid do all this crazy shit to your empire, and nobody's stopping and thinking, like, it's a kid, man, and you know, his father was an idiot, you know, and you know, it's like, okay, so they say get rid of the king, and it goes to the younger brother, or, you know, the further away it gets from the crown, the less direct authority that person has. And then, then they go, like, with my brother, they get him to sign over. He sells his soul to the devil. You know, like, they say, you can cash in now, and we'll give you all this extra stuff. And then when your power comes, it'll just go into the system where it already is. You know, and we're never going to let you get in a position to have any more power than you're ever going to have. You just get to live a much better life, and you can be somebody, but you know, you're not going to. It's like the power of the people. You know, the majority, like, you know, they like to run everything. Our democracy. So, you know, you give up Bo, and then you've got the Hunter and my brother. They're like two peas in a pod, you know. And hustlers, you know. But the whole way, I'm not supposed to make it here. Now here I am. But we're gonna have to come back to all this. I gotta go do some stuff and put this up and see if it's worth putting out there, and do I think I can continue from here? Just, you know, I think it could work. You know, I think it's a good enough format. People would be like watching all the crazy stuff I got built around here. I mean, I got stuff back there. This is a pond I can wander back. You know, I can keep showing new stuff, and the old, you know, you seeing something a second time here is not unfun, and it's interesting for me. And as long as the story just, you know, and I'll get better at telling it. Like, I had an episode yesterday, like, near stroke situation, which is another bunch of long stories, you know, because they've not tried to kill me, but they tried to dead me, like, forever, since I was a little kid. You know, like, they tried to kill me, like, when I was a baby and shit. You know, and then just pass it to my brother, and have a bunch of other brothers, like, and if he's a pain in the ass, they'll fucking kill him and pass it down till they get to one that everybody agrees that this motherfucker is gonna hand it all over to us.